ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिताम् भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथिताम् पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीम् भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि। भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। मूकं करोति वाचालम् पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। My namaskars to you all who are listening this talk on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is the first talk of 2022, this English Georgian calendar. Last Sunday, the class was scheduled to take place, but it could not happen because there was some work. It came up, important work of the mutt, and we got held up in that. So I could not deliver the class, the talk at the last week, on the last week. So virus is spreading very furiously in Mumbai and elsewhere also. And good news is that it is less likely to cause any severe health crisis in people, and many times in a more robust or even aged people, it seems like remain dormant, that is asymptomatic. So there is a less to worry somebody even if come positive, because every more or less when testings are being done, so ratio it is appearing like that. Every 3 people in 4 they are coming positive. So not to worry about that, but if somebody observes any, or he has already pre-medical conditions, so they can seek attention or get admitted in the hospital, or take the opinion of the doctors. Otherwise, what is being seen that mostly people, if with very less medication and all that, they are able to cope with that, and very easily and very fast, very quick, they are able to come out of that isolation, and they are coming negative, and after a little bit of quarantine, they are again ready to join their normal routine of work and life. So Hopefully you keep well and no need to panic, and just withstand this appears like a short wave, because as it is spiking, so naturally it should go down uh, as it uh, uh, as it comes up, so following a pattern. So with this said, let us hope for the best, let us pray for the best in this year. May everything resumes normalcy, people resume their health and their momentum, their work. Much has been a loss of time and in various ways in the last year 2021. Hope it is regained, losses are recovered. So many people are affected in various ways. So they get that back, get life back into its own groove, and everything that like a wheel in motion is again set in its own space, which is as if stuck or stagnated. So this is a prayer for the good of all beings, and we are contemplating on this is the 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we'll be looking. Until now we had seen verse number 23rd. These are a set of verses like earlier to that, from 20th to 23rd verse. Now this the set of verses from beginning with 24 to so to say 26th, 24, 25, 26. So as appears from this a train of these verses, these dialogues, as Bhagwan is speaking, we are seeing, we are observing from the 2nd chapter, Bhagwan Shri Krishna is fond of speaking in this ways. There are volleys, there are rallies of one way, then followed by another, then followed by again one type, and again what is 1 and 2. He speaks of the ideal, then he speaks of the path, then again he eulogizes the ideal, then again he speaks of the path, etc. So here we saw these verses, like especially the 22nd verse, yam labdhva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tatah yasme sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. So or starting with the verse number 20th, or even the verse number 19, yatha deepo nivatastho nengate sopama spruta yogino yatachittasya yunjato yogamatmana. These verses, what they are showing the epitome, the perfection, the maturity of yoga. They are showing the ideal. Sukham atyantikam yattad buddhi grahyam atindriyam vetti yatra na chayvayam sitaschalati tathvata, etc. These verses. Then his now from 24th verse, as if he is speaking the means, the path. So in the 23rd verse he said that yoga has to be practiced sanishchayena yoktavyo yogo nirvinna chetasa. That yoga, that has to be, one has to engage oneself into it, yoktavyo, with resolve, nishchayena, and with nirvinna chetasa, the mind free of all glooms, all that tamas, free of all tamas, nirvinna chetasa. So sattvika state of the mind is that it is not exuberant and excited as in rajas. There is no that chanchalya of rajas. There is no inertia, that stupor of tamas. There is no overactivism of rajas. There is no lethargy, that sloth of tamas. Sattva is a state of the mind. If whenever your mind is in such a state, it comes, every person might experience it. When the requisites of the state of the mind is fulfilled, you will experience the state of the sattva. That your food is digested, your mind is not bogged by any other matters at hand. You are in the temple, and there is suppose a nice devotional music is going on, and you might experience that. So there is no physical or mental drag upon your body or mind, and you experience that freedom. That sattva is laghu, it is of the nature of light. Your mind feels light. As you understand in body, you feel light or heavy. You eat too much very heavy food, which is heavy to digest, which is difficult to digest, fat rich food. So it has a drag on your body, on your system. So you feel sleepy. It reduces your dynamism. So you do not feel light. Similarly, it is the case with the mind. Your mind does not feel light. When mind is light, then only it can be lifted. It goes up. That mind can be used. That mind can be utilized, or as the word is used here, engaged in meditation. That mind can be utilized, that mind can be engaged in meditation, that mind can be employed in meditation, because this is the word again and again it is used here, employed, engaged, yoktavyo, that is the word is used. As if you are the master and here the mind is the servant, and you are asking him to do certain work, you are asking him to carry out certain work. That is the attitude, that is the spirit, that is the language. So it is very clear, it must reflect when we are thinking, we are contemplating these verses. It must reflect upon this idea, as I earlier said, that what is in the meditation, you have to work the mind, you have to make the mind work, you have to make the mind work, mind must work. What is happening, it is you are getting grinded by it. That should not, that is not the state of meditation. You gain control over it, you are making it work, you are taking work out of it. So in most of the Indian languages, this is the expression. Suppose in Bengali, man diye kaaj karo, man se kaam karo, man laun kaam kara. So मन लाउन काम करा, सो मन लगा के काम करो, मन को लगाना है. So Indian languages, vernacular language, they express this idea very nicely. Or in speaking in English, put your mind to it, something like that. I do not know how it carries, whether it carries that spirit, that mind is something distinct from you, and you must engage that mind, make it work, take the work out of it. So yoktavya, that is the anirvinna chetasa, that consciousness, that mind, that awareness, it is not bogged down. So this is the idea. So this was the 23rd verse, and then how to attain that. Now this is the ideal that yoga has to be practiced. Now Bhagavan is talking again about the path, how to do it, how, what and how. Again and again, two things he will speak. What is the ideal, what it is, its nature, and how to reach, how to approach, how to deal with the things, adarsha and vyavahara. Two things. Your this reality, apparent reality, and the truth. He will speak again and again of these two things. So here, so how it is to be done? So verse number 24. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshatah manasa eva indriya gramam manasaivendriya gramam viniyamya samantatah. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshatah manasaivendriya gramam viniyamya samantatah. So, what is being said here? So, there is a one compound word. There are many words, more than one words in one word. So, in Sanskrit, it is called as samasa, samasika pada. Pada is one which makes sense, conjunction of letters. So, what we call in English language maybe as a word. So, word in itself, it should make a sense. It should convey a meaning. That is a word. When there are a compound word, when there are more words in a word. Okay. So, and altogether, its meaning is derived from this participant word in that compound word. So that kind of compound, it's in Sanskrit it is called as samasikam padam. Many times though the meaning is derived from those compounds, these components of that compound, so meaning might slightly alter. This has to be understood. And also how the component are arranged or how they are interpreted, so meaning might also alter accordingly. So this is called as samasikam padam. So when that samasa, when a compound, that padam is in a samasa, that is we call it samasika samastam padam, so which is in the samasa, which is in the samasa, so samastam padam. And now we have to divide it. So this one word sankalpa prabhavan kaman, now why this is important? If why, to whom it is important and why it is important? If we want to see the meaning of this verse, what Bhagwan is trying to say, or what must be the right meaning of it, because we are going to utilize these ideas, we are trying to explore our own mind, trying to analyze our own mind, trying to understand our own mind, trying to gain the knowledge and access into our own mind, so that we can understand it, we can get familiarized, get acquainted well with it, its functioning, and slowly have approach and slowly have a control. That's why we are deliberating on these verses. We are giving time and mind to these verses, so that it must aid, it must easy up our understanding and our practice of dhyana, meditation. So sankalpa prabhavan kaman. So here is sankalpa and prabhava, and from this there is a word form sankalpa prabhava. Sankalpa prabhava. Now kaman is it is a plural. Kamaha singular, kaman. So this is in the this is the second case. second case, like object case. Kaman tyaktva. Tyaktva is verb, so it is it shows the action. Tyaktva, by giving up. By giving up these things. This is the meaning of the word tyaktva. Giving up what? Kaman, these desires. These desires giving up. This much is clear. There is no confusion with this. Kaman tyaktva, giving up desires. Then after this word sarvan ashesheta, completely that also makes sense. There is no problem here. Now the first two words, sankalpa prabhava. So sankalpa, it in general sense, when we say like sankalpa prabhava, sankalpa vikalpa, like functioning of the mind, like the waves of the mind of one way or other. So all the way mind is toggling between a lawyer speaking from both sides in a courtroom, kind of that. So making arguments for and against. Sankalpa and vikalpa, simply thoughts, waves, giving rise to waves. So it can mean thoughts, just ideas, give just waves. Sankalpa, if we see, it also means resolve. And what does kalpa? Kalpa means creation. Kalpa means creation. Sankalpa is resolve, to create, to do something. That is sankalpa. It is not a very base and very ordinary modification vritti of the mind. It has a lot of will in it, lot of investment of ego into it. Sankalpa, that I will do. That is sankalpa. Now, in these two cases, because this is what I saw the books by the and translations by the revered Swamijis. So I was thinking in this two ways: sankalpa as thoughts or sankalpa as a resolve. But there is a somewhat other confusion. Sankalpa prabhava, it means which gives rise to sankalpa. Prabhava means birth. Bhava means birth. Prabhava, srushti. So sankalpa prabhava means it can mean the birth of sankalpa or birth of something from that sankalpa. It can mean both ways. So desires born out of this sankalpa, or this sankalpa, this resolves born out of those desires. Two things. In the first case, if we consider sankalpa as merely thoughts, sankalpa prabhavan kaman, so it means that desires which are born out of thoughts, all desires are born out of thoughts. There is nothing special of it. Why to say, why to use so many words to say a simple thing? If we say desires, it means that they are, in the second chapter Bhagavan had said, express this. Dhyayato vishayan punsa sangasteshu upajayate sanga sanjayate kama. You are contemplating something, sankalpa, vikalpa is going on. Where you are contemplating something, attachment develops. From attachment, desire develops. And giving up such desires. So, sankalpa prabhav does not have any meaning if we take such a meaning of the words. That desires which are born out of thoughts or contemplation. All desires are born out of contemplation. What to say additionally? Now, take the other meaning in the second case now. Sankalpa as a resolve. So, if somebody says that desires which are born out of resolves, desires which are born out of resolves, that you make a resolve and desires are born. So, it seems like that the desires are small and petty and just tertiary. There is a prime major something resolve which lies at the root, and to achieve in that direction only petty desires are coming up. Like I have decided to go to Delhi for such so many things. So if I go to Delhi, I will have to carry warm clothes. I need this kind of clothes. I will go to this marriage. Then I need this particular kind of coat, etc. There is a major desire that I want to attend a function in Delhi. That is my sankalpa. And then there are petty desires that how I will do that. All they are what you say. Fulfilling or serving the major sankalpa. This meaning is unlikely. This is not. And giving up such desires, what about sankalpa? Then it makes no sense. Now, the only meaning remains is this, which to my mind, it seems rational. The desires are more subtle, they are more fundamental, and sankalpa comes later. Sankalpa gives, authorizes or vetoes or sanctions an action. So, desires which gives rise to sankalpa, sankalpa prabhavan kaman, the desires which gives rise to sankalpa, that as long as you have wishes that does not turn into a sankalpa, no, I must get it. So long as any such desire which is likely to turn into sankalpa, that is going to have their create bondage over you. You are in the trap. You are in the trap. Any desire which is likely to form a sankalpa, you are already in the trap. Desire which casually suppose I am an ordinary person, I see when something, suppose I like cars. Suppose some men will like cars or women will like suppose something according to their suppose jewelry or something like that, whatever may be. Suppose there is an ordinary man riding his bicycle and see some extravagant car, and he will, wow, what a nice car. Perhaps I would get that desire, but it cannot form sankalpa. It cannot form sankalpa. He cannot from today itself I will start saving money to buy that. It is not possible. He cannot form that sankalpa. It is too unrelated. There is a gap, it's too wide. So desire is there. Sankalpa is not going to form. So even if desires arise on certain things and you do not form that sankalpa, you turn away those desires. No, I cannot form that. That is a wrong desire. I turn away from it and do not form sankalpa. Alright. Somebody is there is a good natured person. Somebody is trying to bribe him. He feels that perhaps if I take that money, I might a desire is formed. But viparit sankalpa is made. No, I will not take that. That is the wrong thing. I will rather try to adjust with my life and my challenges. Viparit sankalpa is formed. So there is a difference. Desire not always. What kind of sankalpa is going leading to? So desires which make you form sankalpa, a resolve to pursue and fulfill those desires. Now they create a bondage. You are as if you get committed to it, and this process is mental, subtle, and so naturally is happening that you will always find yourself as if after the things are done. That's how people do not get wake up. This is happening. This process is happening. a desire is formed and you break it before sankalpa is formed. But mostly people get awake when everything is done. Sankalpa is done, kruti is done, action is done, and he realizes when he regrets, oh, perhaps I should not have done that. When he wakes up, when everything is done, when everything is past, done and dusted, he realizes then, he wakes up then. And Bhagavan is trying to say that yogi, he must become alert, that alertness, that before desire turn into sankalpa, that is broken. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva. So the desires kaman tyaktva, giving up such all desires which gives rise to sankalpa, sankalpa prabhavan. Ye kama sankalpa prabhavati te sankalpa prabhavan kaman. That should be the should be the sandhi vichhed of this pada. So sankalpa prabhavan kaman. So giving up all such desires which gives rise to some kind of action. So, and these kinds of desires, so you imagine how that person, one who is practicing this discipline, how he become proficient, how he become alert and aware and conversant with every minute and subtle and small functioning of the mind, that what thought waves is arising, what nature it is taking, what it is pursuing, what is the basis of it, and he is sanctioning or vetoing it accordingly. So do that, not do that. We are, as Sri Ramakrishna used to say, and as we see ourselves, most of us are half dead. This is what Sri Ramakrishna used to say. That's why he used to say that manhush chai, means manush, that is in Bengali for manushya, manush. So he gave it a color to express a different meaning. Hush means hosh, that is that awareness, self-awareness. We are half dead. we are forget about the world, we are not half aware of ourselves. What do we do? What do we talk? What do we see or hear? Terrible tragedy of human existence. That's what we are. That's how pathetic the state is if really analyze and really seen that how dead we are rather than how alive we are. So the person yogi, he focuses his work, he trains his mind, he disciplines, he trains his mind in this way. He learns himself to remain aware, conscious, and working with the mind at such deep level. Unless our mind does not let us know, unless there is something special. You does not know unless you are upset. You does not know unless you are angry. You does not know unless you are very irritated. Otherwise, your focus is not drawn. If everything is happy-go-lucky, very nice, you are least bothered. What is going on? That is usual state of affairs of everyone's of our life. Now, so this is what this work in this discipline, in this direction is. Yoga or the practice of yoga, it is not some kind of sensationalism. It is not posture only. It is not doing kind of japa or kundalini and this one chakra. Here, hard work. Bhagwan is talking about yoga here. This is yoga, your mind and dealing with it. Gaining access within the remotest recesses of your heart, of your mind. It's functioning. Gaining your master, regaining your own mind, becoming master of it. This is the hard way. This is as cold and as mundane as brick and mortar. This is yoga. There is nothing fancy here. If this fancies you, then really there is something for you here. If this captures your mind and imagination, and this you think a workable proposition, this is the thing, this is the domain that you feel attracted to and want to explore, then this is yoga. Then you are meant for it. So, sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshatah. Asheshata. Shesha is reminder. Asheshata remains nothing. That means completely comprehensively that these desires given up, they leaves no scar, they leaves no taint, they leaves no trace. Absolutely they are won over. Absolutely they are from their roots, with their roots they are removed. They do not leave behind something, as if to grow again from those things. So this is for the individual, for the aspirant to pursue and to check again and again and again how far it is true, how far I have given that desire, how true I am, how honest I am, how sincere I am when I say no, I won't do that. Whether my mind very surreptitiously, very stealthily harboring a desire or trying to figure out an alternate way to fulfill that, to have its course. When bulldozed by your will, by your intellect, where your mind just becoming shy and as if withdrawing within itself and still not living the desire, whether your mind is one with you, whether mind is really have you achieved that integrity? When your intellect say some things, when your will want to achieve force, whether your mind is whole and soul fully cooperating with that, you check and you will know how difficult it is. How difficult it is to convince your own mind to give up what is so emotionally clutching on to. Mind is sentimental. You just don't want to hear any arguments of your own intellect or of your ego or of your resolve. For the time being, so superficially it says yes, 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 yes. It does not have any will. It does not have any intention. It lies. So that is the mind. So whether we have achieved that integrity. So that is sankalpa prabhan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshatah. Sarvan, all those desires. You cannot keep one. Sarvan, all, asheshatah, without any remnants, without any residue. From that residue it will grow again. So asheshatah. So this is one, giving up all desires. Then manasa eva indriya gramam. Manasa evendriya gramam. Gramam, it simply means the samuha, indriya samuha, all of the indriyas. All of the indriya samuha, or this group of sense organs, what is to be done? Viniyamya. They are to be disciplined. Viniyamya, niyamya, yamya. You see, sometimes some words are like that in Sanskrit. So here only one word is yama. Okay, yama. That means discipline. Niyama, it also means discipline. Viniyamya, it also means discipline. So it's with every prefix, it is adding a kind of a color, a tone, a texture to it. So, like yama means is a discipline. So when you say niyama, so it is very comprehensive. It is a very hard-boiled discipline. Viniyamya, visheshana. So when it gives that meaning that not only it has discipline, you have also won over it. Somebody, you have subdued an enemy. There is a difference. And you have also won over it in the sense you have made him a friend and alive for life. You can depend him now. Now you yourself can give him the responsibility and he will work for you. That is something different. It's another level. So viniyamya. Not only you have subdued your senses, you have made them your allies, your support, your strength, your assets. They are no more threats to your sankalpa of realization of spiritual progress. So this is the idea. And this indriya samuha, thus they are won over. And here manasa eva, this is the word is used. That remember that this you have to achieve by your mind only. So rest of the all things, whether you take food or less food, this food or that food, or any other exercises, total play is for mind only, to let it come face to face, understand, negotiate, and convince your indriyas, your sense organs, to participate in the process of this moksha, of spiritual development, of pursuing something higher than the mundane, which it is used to give up that which it is used to and pursue something ethereal, something within. Senses, they are used to run after, which is in the world, which is of the nature of the senses, and what they are being convinced of, what mind is trying to convince, drop this habit of running after something sensory data. In outside world, through your windows of the senses, like your eyes, ears, etc., but also within its mind, to create, to hanker after it, mind is trying to convince it. How complicated, can you imagine this? Reminds me of that Hollywood flick, Inception. Hope you have seen it. It was very nice movie, and it was very well rated even today. So the concept was that it is truly very, very wonderful concept, that you do not know in that movie what is whether it is dream or whether it is reality. very nicely crafted, the concept. Whether it is a dream or whether it is reality. Wheel within wheel, wheel within wheel. So, here mind itself is not aligning with my idea, is not cooperating with it, and here we are talking about that mind convincing sense organs to give up its natural tendency to run after sensory data. We are talking on this level that your mind is convincing your senses to stop your general nature of running after sensory data. You stop that. We are thinking of that level that your senses are sense organs, they are finally buying in the argument of the conviction of that mind to stay still, not run after the data, not project, not lap up anything your chitta might throw. This is unimaginable. The state, the point of the mind, when that state is reached. Manasa eva indriya gramam viniyamya samantata in all ways. This person, if such is the state, this person is ready to enter into dhyana. If it is perfected, this person will realize samadhi. He will have samadhi. If it is sustained. These are the conditions that sankalpa prabhavan, the desires which gives rise to any kind of sankalpa, those are asheshatah, without any residue. They are uprooted, absolutely clean of it. Mind has convinced your senses to give its nature of running after data and stay put in their places. This is the backdrop is created. This person, he has everything, he has made the whatever is needed to still his mind and let the Atman within reflect in its own natural glory. This is the state. This is the point. This is Bhagwan is showing the path of yoga, the path of dhyana. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshatah manasaivendriya gramam viniyamya samantatah. Just chant and meditate on this verse. It's so beautiful. Even that's why chanting has a great value. If you with not only with understanding its meaning, but also the feeling and that attempt of correlating, as if imagining that is happening within you, it will create a sanskara. It creates that in that mind. It is like advertisement to the mind. Because you are not pursuing, you are not pressurizing your mind all the time to achieve it right now, but it is like subtle way approaching, beating mind at its own game. Just like mind convinces you again and again, throwing the same thoughts, throwing the same thoughts and same waves to do its own bidding. You are doing the same way, advertising it through the form of through this chanting. The same idea to create that desire, that longing for such spiritually elevated state. And if that longing gets the root in the mind, it becomes strong. That mind itself is going to be conducive for your sadhana. That's why these sanskaras are to be made on the mind. That's why we listen, we deliberate, and we contemplate these subjects with all our heart again and again. This is the purpose. We are creating that sanskara. We are awakening that mind to see at it, look at it, consider it, and develop love for it, longing for it. That is the purpose of all this abhyasa. So we take a break here. We will continue in the next class. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.